Giant 5,000-mile white seaweed blob heading towards Florida beaches. Oceanographers are tracking a 5,000-mile white seagrass so large it can be seen from space. These sargassum blooms are nothing new, but scientists say they could be the largest in history. At last check, it was en route to the Florida Gulf Coast. Thick mats of algae float between the Atlantic coast of Africa and the Gulf of Mexico, providing habitat for marine life and absorbing carbon dioxide, but can also wreak havoc on approaching shore. This prevents light from reaching the coral and, when decomposed, negatively affects air and water quality. Florida's Gulf Coast is already battling an algae bloom amid the busy spring break holiday season. Red tides send dead fish ashore in droves, while the risk of respiratory irritation to people cancels events and drives away beachgoers. As a blanket of sargassum approaching, spanning twice the width of the continental US, scientists warn Florida's coast will soon be inundated with seaweed. Earlier this week, parts of Mexico were asked to prepare up to 3 feet of sargassum to be piled up on the beach. Pieces of brown plant matter may not be as appealing to look at, but the impact on humans doesn't end there. Large pieces of sargassum can tear boats and other machinery in the water. Even if it's just in inshore waters, it can block inlet valves for things like power plants or desalination plants. Marinas can completely flood and boats can't pass through. It can really put critical infrastructure at risk. Decaying sargassum releases hydrogen sulfide, which can cause respiratory problems for tourists, residents, and anyone who works with water. Scientists have found that climate change is causing ocean temperatures to rise, creating a more ideal environment for algae to thrive. Meanwhile, urban and agricultural runoff is sending nitrates from fertilizers and other nutrients into the ocean, triggering flowering. Sargassum rafts are usually collected in the Sargasso Sea region of the North Atlantic. From there, the Gulf Stream moves algae around the Atlantic basin, following them to spread and grow in different areas. Thanks.